There's a whole lot of tomfoolery that goes around here in the S3 Power Sports shop, but one thing that we take very serious is our brake systems. So today, we're gonna walk you through how to change the brakes on your Can-Am Maverick X3.
Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to change your brake pads on your Can-Am Maverick X3. Now if you ride your X3 like we do, you've probably been a little hard on them. Now this job is pretty straightforward and easy, so with a few simple hand tools you can get this job done. You're going to need a 15mm, a 19mm, a Torx 30, and maybe a screwdriver. Now one thing you do want to make sure is that you have the correct brake pads for your specific model, so check with your parts dealer or OEM dealer to make sure you get the correct ones. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward and easy, and we can get this job done. So changing the brakes on the X3 is pretty simple and straightforward. We already got the wheel and tire off for you using a 19mm. One thing I like to start off with is go ahead and break your T30 Torx bolts while the caliper is still bolted to the knuckle. That way you don't have to fight it in your hand, and you can break it loose a lot easier. All right, using your 15mm, we can go ahead and take the caliper and break it loose off the knuckle. Now you can go ahead and pull the caliper off, turn it upside down, and we can go ahead and release the two set screws that hold the brake pads in. Now that you got the screws out, we can go ahead and slide the brake pads up and up out of the caliper. All right, so before you put the new brake pads in, you need to make sure that there's no mud and dirt and debris. These are full floating hubs, so you need to make sure that it floats on the shaft. If it don't, we'll have to take it apart and put some grease in it. You can go ahead at this time and open the caliper all the way up because your new pads are obviously gonna have more meat on them, and you wanna be able to still get over the rotor. So depending on how worn out your brake pads were, you might have to close your piston calipers back up. So you're gonna take a 6-inch C-clamp, slide it inside the piston, and go ahead and screw it down and close it up. Once you do one, then you can move over to the second one and do the exact same thing. So now we got our two new brake pads. We'll go ahead and get them installed. The one without the set hook goes first. Put the one with the set hook on the pin, slide it down. All right, now we can go ahead and set our set screws back in. Start with the one closest to the hook first, and then your second one. If you can't get it to go in there and it's hung up, push down on your brake pads a little bit, and then she should go right in. Now you take the T30, go ahead and tighten your bolts back up. We'll do the final snug once it's bolted back to the knuckle. If you forgot to open up your calipers, we can take a flathead screwdriver and very gently between the pads, go ahead and pry it through and open it up. It doesn't take a lot of force, and you want to be very gentle with your brake pads. Now we're going to go ahead, slide them back over the rotor, and get our bolts back in. Now using your 15mm, go ahead and tighten up your two caliper bolts. So the most important part is you make sure that you come back and tighten the two set screws, make sure they're real nice and snug where they can't back out. So that's all there is to it. Now you can repeat the same process for the rest of them, and you're ready to hit the trail.
Dixie, did the brake pedal feel firm? Fist bump me if it did. All right, good. So that's the tips and tricks that Manny just walked you through, how to change the brake pads on your Can-Am Maverick X3. You guys already know, go like this video for us, and if you want to see more, subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're gonna keep showing you all the ways that we get it done.